Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to Info Syntax. Today we will learn about cursor in MongoDB. Cursor find method is used to fetch a particular document from MongoDB collection and return a cursor to selected documents. Cursor is automatically executed as a loop. However, we can explicitly get specific index document from being returned cursor. It is just like a pointer which is pointing upon a specific index value. If we use this method in Mongo shell, then the shell will automatically iterate the cursor to display up to 20 documents in the collection. If you want to continue, then type it, or we can manually iterate the result of find method by assigning the returned cursor to a variable with the var keyword. Now we will see this in our MongoDB shell by using find method. I have opened MongoDB shell and I will find out the data from the collection. So last session we have created the collection as well as we have inserted some data into our employees collection. If you missed our previous session, please watch that video before you start this session. Now we will find data from employees collection. I have wrote my statement to get the data from employee collection. Then after I will hit the enter button. So you can see the documents are loaded on my screen. And of the result, it is asking type it for more. That means employees collection has more than 20 records. So the find method iterates the documents up to 20 and it displayed on my screen. Then it's informing me if you want to see rest of the document, then we need to type it on the screen. So for this case, I have typed it and after I hit the enter button. So again, we are getting same message because each request is fetching only 20 documents. But in my employee collection, it is more records. So that's why it is continuously asking it on my screen and each request will get only 20 records. So we will try one more time to get rest of the document from the collection. So now see, it is not asking anymore because what the data are present in employee collection, all these documents are fetched from the database by using find method. So that's why it is not asking the message to type it for more records. Now we will move to our slide to understand more details about cursor. So just now we have checked in MongoDB shell, each request is getting 20 documents on one request. We are using find method to get the data. Find method is getting the data from database and these results looks like array of document, but it is getting the result as a cursor because just before we have seen the MongoDB shell, all these records are not came to on our screen. It is coming only 20 documents at a time. Find method is using cursor mechanism. In this technique, the find method is picking first 20 records. Then after it is asking for more details. If you want, then type it on screen. Then again it is fetching 20 records. So the result is coming on cycle basis. Find method is not getting the data as array of document, but it is returning the data to the cursor and cursor is cycle through the result and each cycle it is getting 20 records on our screen. Now we will go to our next slide. Cursor prettify. It is configures the cursor to display results in an easy to read format. When we append a pretty method with find method, then it will return all the documents in the form of JSON, which can make data easily understandable. Syntax like we will use our collection, then after find method, then pretty method. Currently you are using MongoDB 6 version. On this version, the pretty method is obsolete. So we will not use in our MongoDB shell because it's outdated. Earlier version it is using for return readable format of the result from our database. Now by default, if you are using find method, the data will be easy to read format as a JSON on MongoDB 6 version. Now we will move to our next slide, toArray. toArray method returns an array that contains all the documents from a cursor. The method iterates completely the cursor, loading all the documents into RAM and adjusting the cursor. Syntax we will use toArray method after our find method. You can see on our screen. Now we will go to our MongoDB shell to use toArray method. So earlier we are used find method to get the data from database, but cursor is only return 20 documents from the database. If you require, then we iterate the data by using the command it. Now we will use toArray. So what will happen? All these documents will be loaded from the cursor. It will return on our screen db.employee collection, then our method find, then toArray. Then all these result documents will return on screen at a time. So you can see all these documents are written on our screen, and it is not asking iterate more records from our database because it is completely take the documents and return on our screen. Now again we came to our slide to understand other method in cursor. forEach method. This is used for iterates the cursor to apply a JavaScript function to each document from the cursor. The syntax db.collection or collection name. Then after our find method, then we will use forEach. Inside that JavaScript function will be there to return the data from our collection. Now we will understand this one in MongoDB shell to get employee data by using forEach. For this, I have typed the command to get the data from database by using forEach. As you know, the forEach will use the function to return the data. You are passing the JavaScript function into forEach to get the data from database. In this function, you are passing the result and it will print the employee name. Employee name is combination of first name and last name of my employee collection. Now I will hit the enter button. Then we can see the name is coming properly. It is combined of first name and last name. Now I came to my slide to understand other method in cursor. Now we will understand count method in cursor. The count method will help us to retrieve how many records are available in cursor. The syntax is like this. We will use the count method after the find method. Now we will check how many records are present in employee collection by using count method. I have write the code to get the number of records present in employees collection. Now you can see my employee collection have 50 numbers of employees details. So we got result as 50. Again, I came to our slide to understand other methods. This is the cursor limit. It contains the size of cursor's result set. A platform provides the MongoDB limit method by which can fetch limited records from a cursor. Syntax we can use like db.collection.find. Then after we will use limit method. Then we will pass the number. What number we are passing into this method, that many documents will return into our cell. Without limit method, we are getting 20 documents on each request. Now we will use limit. Here I have passed 2. Then I have entered. Then we can see only 2 documents are retrieved from the cursor. Now we will try to insert more than 20 on limit method. So for this case, I have used 60. So it should get 60 numbers of document, or we will see how many documents will fetch from the cursor. Let's see if I pass more than 20 on limit method. You can see it is asking if you read more data than type it. So that means only 20 records are returned on my screen. If I continue, then I will type it. Now again I came to our screen. Now we have covered all these methods in cursor, and we also understand the cursors in MongoDB. Next session we will discuss update operation in MongoDB. If you get some knowledge about MongoDB, please like my video and share this video with others to get MongoDB knowledge, and subscribe my YouTube channel InfoSyntax. Thank you.